All right, are you guys set? Terry, are you good?
Yeah, that's all on it. Don't worry about it, because we probably at the one over near the
There was a fourth person on there. Did I just cut them off?
Terry, Okay, there's 7:30 in the big room, not yet.
Hi there. So we might have a little backlog for
Hello, can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Katie?
I can hear you.
Yay, it's *6. Write
Okay.
that down.
*6.
Thank
How
you,
did you
Katie.
figure that out, Terry?
Because it told us to unmute, hit *6.
Oh, no, I propped it here to disable that so you could do it. Yeah, okay. I thought that was our happy code at the beginning where you would be an organizer,
Oh, yep.
but I made it like I can do the same thing to your phone now. I can ask you, I can make, I can remove you, I can do all that stuff. I asked that one to unmute. All right,
Okay.
so it works 22 minutes in.
We
Anyways,
got
go
it
ahead.
working now, but
Yep,
this is our,
Yeah.
just
all
wrapping
that.
up.
Yep.
Yeah, version 1,
Version
1.0.
1.
1.0, here we go.
Hell of a meeting.
All
Great
right.
job.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you.
So who would be our fourth member on Horse Neck?
So, because, some people are not here, or we could just keep it to the three of them. If somebody wants to jump on, I should say, if somebody wants to help, I would say jump on, the fourth. But right now, I know those three specifically said that they want to do Horse Neck. Everybody okay with that?
Yep, so there is probably gonna be some portion of fundraising required for this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So design has to go forward with that in mind.
Yep.
So we can't, shoot for the moon, I guess.
Right.
So I think those guys will be able to do it. Hopefully, Michael could maybe make some connections down with the Amtrak folks and possibly get some materials, who knows?
I guess he already was down there yesterday and loaded up a whole bunch of trailer full of stuff for himself. He called me and said, gee, on Monday, you think we can get town crew down here right now? And I'm like, Veterans Day and town hall's closed.
Everybody's closed on Veterans Day, Michael.
So, I don't know how that ended up, but, oh wait, there's another, Mike did send me.
Somebody was, so where they're setting up that dock, next to Ragged, that marina there, they're selling parts of the
That's
dock.
what they're doing, yeah.
I saw it on Facebook, I was like,
Yeah.
$100 for a floating.
So is this
Oh,
the
is that what that was?
place
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
want me to talk about? Yes. Mike sent me an email, because he has to go to the zoning meeting. He says he resubmitted as of last Tuesday, because I had some back and forth drafts, a copy of the permit, I'll send it to you. A copy of the permit application to DEP Land Water Resource Division. They know we're doing the application on our own without help of outside hired consultants, and one individual in the department has offered to review, advise any changes, and help us actually do the finishing parts of this application. The formal submission finally can be clean and resubmitted. I'm under the impression that process was going to take about 2 more weeks as of Tuesday, when he when is today? Today's Tuesday. Last Tuesday, hopefully another week from now. Said he'll update the commission once he gets back to him, and then we can go from there and make the final. I know Mike's very concerned with the design that was proposed to DEP, but I think he doesn't really understand the process, that you have to kind of do preliminary, like rendering things. Then they pretty much review it, and then they come back to us and they say, yes to this, and this looks great, change this, now do your design, otherwise it costs us a lot of money to have them design each time.
If you need help, or
Actually, I think now it's done,
Okay,
because
yeah.
the guy in DEP is taking over, so, and he's helping us. The final rendering and everything will be part of the subcommittee to come back and like powwow it out, figure it out, then come back to us, let us know what they came up with. I'm sure we'll give our 2 cents, and then off we'll go. And then, do we have a Halls Road or anything on here?
no.
We don't. Okay. Well, I don't know if I should read it if it wasn't on our agenda, but he did, wanted to just give a heads up on something that he's been working on with Halls Road, with that committee. There's a draft here that the Lieutenant River Fishing Pier and Dock, that we're trying to get at least that, water access as well down at Halls Road if it goes into fruition. Convince the Department of Environmental Protection, specifically the Fisheries Department, that a fixed pier and a floating dock should be combined into one unit and basically be a dual-use floating dock fishing pier. They originally wanted a fixed pier with no boat access, but they have come around to the idea that a fishing dock and a boat dock could be in the same space with slight adjustments. That's because DEP gave them land and that was the deal.
Right, that was part of the deal.
Part of the, like a land acquisition, if they gave them a certain piece down off of Halls Road, then you would have to give water access as part of the fishery. The idea of the fishing dock and the boat dock could be in the same space with slight adjustments. There's an attachment of a rough draft that he put on the bottom of this email. If anybody wants to see it, I can send it to you.
Yeah, can you forward that out? Sure.
Yep, they'll have another chance to, we're gonna do more feedback. The Halls Road Committee is working diligently to try to get the preliminary layout, and, it could all be subject to change. So this is him just working on that small portion. He's not part of the bridge. He's part of the pier part of it.
Yeah, but like navigational wise, then, if the floating dock's gonna come off to, I guess, that would be the north side, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then it would bump down, would that impede, you know, I mean,
A kayak?
no, I don't think kayaks, like, if anybody was gonna use that, you're not gonna, hey Jude.
Hi,
I'm looking for WPCA
down the hall.
Yeah.
Everybody got a shift.
Thank you.
Why would that, I don't know, it just doesn't, like, kayakers are gonna kayak, you know what I mean? And they're gonna launch from the boat launch over on like Ferry.
But I mean, there's limited boating up there, right? Power boating, is that what you're concerned about?
Well, I've seen boats,
Yeah, I was actually asked by
they
the
have a
engineer.
floating dock behind, Hangry Goose. I've seen a Boston whale, like a 13-footer up there.
Yeah, there's a couple houses up there, yeah, there's a couple
Yeah.
houses up there.
I've been up there
But you
multiple
think
times.
It's really shallow though, after, like, you get past.
Yeah, you gotta go,
It's
you gotta go,
water.
yeah, I want.
I don't know if you can see this off my phone, but this is the bridge that they're doing. And then off of this would be straight over so that they can kitty corner this dock.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so it's not like an out.
Yeah, and this is so preliminary, so.
Yeah, no, it's, yeah.
North side, I'm thinking north side.
But he's been,
No,
All right, good for Mike.
yeah,
that's cute,
Busy,
that's
busy
adorable.
okay.
Okay,
Sorry.
thank you for that amplifying information. All right, municipal dock working group / subcommittee, what do we think?
I would like to be on the municipal dock.
Yeah, you
Is
can
that this one?
sign me up for that too.
Yes.
I would like to do that too.
So I think, yeah, it's gonna be a big plan, and it's gonna be a great plan, hopefully, if we can.
Is Terry-
get it all together.
Are you limited to 4?
No, I don't know if we can do 5, because then we become a quorum.
Right.
Right.
So I think we have to do 4, but I think
But
you're gonna,
do I count?
If
you
you would
don't
rather do
count
it, you're
because
welcome to.
you're not a
Is that
board
non-
member.
If you would rather do it.
Show you
you're
will be
welcome to.
there.
You're just gonna be an advisor.
I'm technically an alternate.
Dave, did you want on that?
You know, oh, you are,
Acosta.
I can volunteer for that.
Okay,
Good time.
yep,
Yeah, you do. All right,
During the day.
during the
I
day,
got plenty of time.
David Costa.
okay.
Yeah.
Terry Acosta, ex officio, that's what we call it, right? That's the right word for harbor master?
Yeah.
Who else? You want?
I would like to.
Well, wouldn't you wanna put it to the group before we allow the
Yeah,
alternate?
no, this is our.
Just a preliminary?
Yeah, I'll put it in the, I'll put it in the minutes for next, for approval.
Okay.
I am interested in it.
I think we're all interested in it,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a wonderful
I'd be
idea.
interested in doing any of them, so I'm open.
Okay.
Cool.
I think one of the things is going to be, again, luckily, we have the preliminary surveys done. We have a rough, this is just 5 or 6 ways of us this is not how it's gonna be. You know, we literally.
Concept, yeah.
Early concept,
conceptually came up.
get things.
I like this early concept, I think it's
I know, I
awesome.
think it's awesome.
I think
A
it's.
fireboat there, Matt's boat there, it's like,
This
but-
is the
Yeah.
fireboat here, right? The biggest one, or no?
No,
The
that's
biggest
just,
boat.
it's just a picture that was
Oh,
put in
okay.
there to give it just kind of how big it is, so to
Yeah,
speak.
that's
And if
probably
you
gonna be
look,
more like dinghy dockish, cause
Yeah.
it's,
Okay,
without dredging,
Shallow.
it's a shallow spot.
okay.
and one of the things that I would like to see is this ramp coming down to these, that there's a gate right here.
Uh-huh.
And the gate would lock up, not allowing the public to come down when
To
you
the-
have the harbor master boat and the 2 fireboats.
Right.
In my opinion, I just
Okay.
don't think that they need to be down there with that. But this also, this concept allows for this whole area, this whole area, this whole area to be public. It could be dinghies, you can come in overnight if you can get in there, or whatever, if you're Michael Barnes's boat's gonna be left there. Left the boat there.
what, the unregistered ones?
No.
It's a thought of, commercial access for taking people out onto the water.
You know, at some point, well, there's not a lot of water in.
There's not a lot of water, and what about the
That's why
liability part?
we had to limit pushing this all the way out to get deeper water.
Yeah.
But as far as what, commercial tours or
Yeah,
something like
a
that,
back or something.
I think that's something that that's a good,
I know,
yeah, put that down on a
I know the city of New London, at their city docks, allow pickup and drop off. You can't tie up,
Yeah.
but you can pick up and drop off.
We actually had a letter from Tim allowing us to go in and take people out from there to go up into Lord Cove.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a good thing,
Mm.
because it's public access, and then, you know, if somebody's making money on it by taking, 6 passengers out, but still, that kind of access, I think, is there's a pent-up demand for it.
Yeah, I mean, put that on something that, we all.
Would that could be covered under the insurance scope of the liability that we already cover on our public accesses?
That's a big question right there.
That's a question, and I know, like, I'm not on the harbor master side, but on my business side, a lot of places, I need to give a certificate of my insurance.
Right.
Yeah,
That shows my liability.
Okay.
Yeah.
yep. So anytime, like, my school uses
Yeah.
a form or something, we have to provide a form with
Additional.
our liability.
And it wouldn't hurt for us to be able to make, in my opinion, some money on certain, if there's gonna be,
Repairs.
There's so forth.
Yeah, just keep a small budget
Yeah.
just for upkeep and repairs and stuff.
Right, I mean, I think our transient moorings are kind of under the purview of, that's like a safe harbor mooring, and that's kind of what it's under. Versus, this is not really that, so we can charge.
But, Matt, you always said there's a possibility of putting a couple of transient moorings out here, right?
Yeah, I don't see why that's not doable. You go out and it's gonna be deep, it's like 25
That's
feet.
what I
So we're gonna need like 75 feet of chain on them and some
Three
big
to
mooring balls.
5 times, yeah.
But, I don't see why not. I mean,
The only thing that I say could be an issue is
we can't be
Here.
blocking the channel
And we can't-
or,
Old Lime, Dock.
The dock.
The
For the
coming
gas.
and going into that gas dock, we're
What's
already
their-
might have a little bit of pushback next door for having
What's
a.
their water, how much,
Reputable-
repair.
Riparian rights or whatever they call it.
How more does it extend past the edge of their dock?
Well, you have to remember, you
I
have to.
mean, they've got a mooring 100 feet north, so if we go 100 feet south, I mean,
If you went south, that would work, but you couldn't be off.
we could go, down towards deep. I mean, that's the mooring, we can put moorings pretty much anywhere, as long as they're not blocking the navigable channels.
Yeah.
And if that bridge isn't there in 10 years, whenever that's knocked down, that opens up 150, 200 feet further, of space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we can't hinder the DEP going in and out.
Don't forget that that's a narrow section of the river, and, it picks up speed with the Venturi effect there, with the current from both sides. So you gotta watch out for, what size mooring and how debris would affect a boat moored in there. I don't know if, I've never seen a mooring between the bridges there.
There's 3 of them off Dave's dock.
Is it?
Yeah,
North of,
Okay.
north of the dock.
there
North
used
of
to
the dock.
be more.
Yeah.
They used to have, all of those
Give me
houses
one.
used to have more,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
well, something to think about.
I feel you.
All right, let's see, so, all right, that's what we got so far. Also, just to amplify that, I have a friend of mine, who's the harbor master over in Bristol, Rhode Island, is in Bristol.
Yeah, who's that?
Greg Marsili. Anyway, he invited us up if we want to take a look at, they have extensive pier systems they built out, over the last few years. If you want to get any ideas of materials and things like that and what they do, but he's a full-time harbor master, so he gets paid and they have a fuel dock, a city fuel dock that they run. So there's a lot of things, actually talking about electrical things, how they have some docks. that
He's
come
right
out.
next to the Prudence Ferry too.
Correct, that's where his office is.
Yeah, that dock is unbelievable.
Yeah, so if we ever want to go up there or take a field trip, anyone, drive
Yeah.
up there, he would love to host us.
At the end of the pier, this rock pier right here, we were also thinking if funds, this is in Essex,
Like a little overlook spot.
there's just an overlook spot at the end of that rock pier. So if people wanted to be standing there versus like coming down onto the dock as well, but utilizing that whole corner, in my opinion, why not? Like, you know, you
Would that
don't have to, doesn't need to go over top, it can
With
be.
the grant
Just
funds
on
and all
top
that.
of all the riprap.
Yeah, well, we might not, I'm not sure, we'd have to look into that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what their limitations, once we get that far.
It's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Well, we're gonna spend every penny of it.
Yes, we will.
That recorded.
I just,
It's fine, it was granted to us for this purpose, I don't see any
Exactly.
issue with that. So we're
Yep.
not here to cut corners on our estimates of what we wanna do, so. All right,
I'm lucky enough to, and this is another thing that I, wanna bring up as well. My family is in the dock building business, so I have to make sure that I'm not crossing, like, when this goes out to bid, obviously it's gonna be very sealed, doesn't get open until everybody's in front of everybody. It really needs to be on the up and up. I don't want to be accused of, because there's multiple dock builders out there, but one of them would probably be Connecticut River Dock and Dredge, who does the majority of all the docks in the river, so they'll probably find out and bid on it.
so, yeah, I think once we really hone in our scope of the
Yep.
work, and we put out the bids, that's where we have to be very tight with what we
Tight,
want.
and, exactly.
And that's what come out of,
Crossing
that'll
Ts and dotting
come out of
Is.
this committee though, so.
For any of the docks that we work on.
Yeah. All right, very cool. There we go, that's B. Moving on to C, annual budget. We have the process for recurring projections. I think we just got the spreadsheets 2 days ago, was it?
Yeah.
So we have to just talk about, is there anything new do we have to think about?
Well, I think what we need to do is we're gonna make the same list.
Right.
Which would be our two, surveys that we wanna keep going and making sure that we get
Mhm.
all of them. I
Right,
think
the
we
two
can
surveys,
only,
yep.
I think we can only tap into probably getting 2 a year. I think we were lucky to get it last year, and I think if we go in and say it's kind of the norm that we're gonna be doing 2, and then we'll be doing 2, and then I think they'll kind of swallow it for us a little bit. And then there's the budget line of, obviously, our overhead, because last year's overhead and what we're gonna sit down and do would be the harbor master boat,
Right, the annual cost, right?
and talking about how important it is to have the harbor master boat and having Matt get reimbursed, maybe even going further, the next step further, because you put all of that time, crazy amounts of time into taking care of our waterfront, which I think the town was super appreciative that you kept Soundview the best it's been ever, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to, the next meeting, really, we'll gather all of those numbers together and everybody talk about how we wanna proceed further with, what we wanna do about getting the harbor master reimbursed for that, above and beyond what he gets, you know, normally from the state, but, and making sure that what we're paying you and the gas and then the wear and tear on the boat and making it just really transparent as to the whole package and
Yeah,
make it-
and like this was the trial year. I think I was, what did I have last year? I wasn't underway this last month much, maybe a couple hours. I think like 190 hours on the water.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and it could have been even more, but I'm not asking
Yeah.
for more, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
down there, even though the swim line issue, you know, that was a little bit, and the jet skis were an issue, that's not your issue.
but they're not going away though either.
No, they're not going away,
I'll
but,
be here every morning,
yeah.
Sunday, beautiful.
but the policing part of it, everybody has come to my attention.
I said, one of our jet ski, guys with a jet ski, said, here we go up to Soundview, I'm like, from Clinton?
Yeah.
I guess they go that far, don't they? I
Well,
didn't
they
realize it.
They go to Block Island.
Jesus.
Oh, they're,
Yeah,
the Greenport.
it's called the
same
ferry out. They're
people
crazy.
On Greenport, they go back and forth.
Mhm.
It's nuts.
There's, actually, there's 4 of them from Middletown that go down to Soundview and drink.
Oh, tons
and
of them.
back up.
The river, they're up and down the river.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sunday,
they-
my buddy said he was on the river Sunday.
I mean, these things hold
Oh,
like
jet
15
ski.
gallons of gas now, and then they get the swim platform, so they put the coolers in the back, and like another 5 gallon can.
They get deep sea fishing.
They're like boats.
Go out in the middle
Jet
of
skis.
town, go to the race.
Yep.
Yeah.
So as far as our budgets, the next meeting, we'll get all the numbers together, and then we're all gonna sit down and really look at everything and make a solid decision and get that. We kinda just, we're winging it, we can't wing
We'll
it.
just prioritize our budget and just, you know, with items that you have already identified with certain things, you know, the surveys and everything else, where do we wanna go, 1, 2,
Yep,
and then obviously 3, and then just.
So like, we sat in this room last year and kind of just, we both
Really?
got here late and they were like,
like, what do we do?
what do we do? Because they called us,
We've had absolutely there's nothing for us to go off of.
No guidance.
There's no guidance, there's none of that.
I don't know what happened before.
I don't know what happened before, but we're trying to get everything, having the online mooring system, having the new harbor master, having all these new things, we're gonna actually, my goal is to have it all cleaned up for next year, so it kind of, the next person comes
Okay.
along, or whoever else wants to co-chair or chair, going forward, will have some sort
Whoever
of
wants to do
reference.
it. So, all right, cool. Moving on to D, online mooring training from Mr. Colwell and myself. I put, anybody else who wants some training on it, I know.
When do we wanna set up a training for that online mooring, i.e., like the kayak thing, you know, I mean, Matt, obviously you kinda got a handle on the mooring thing.
Within online moorings, there's the mooring section and then the kayak section. In the past, the online mooring wasn't fully utilized for the kayak stuff. Online, there was a printout application that you would hand fill in and mail in. And then Tom would transcribe that stuff into online mooring.
Okay,
So
so that's something that's.
online mooring can be set up for the kayak stuff, for the person just to go to onlinemooring.com and click on apply for kayak permit, or kayak space. And then they can input this info directly and it automatically pops up and the payment can be collected online as well. Or a check can be mailed in.
So somebody would have to come to town hall kind of like weekly and pick up whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I check the mailbox, you know, once or every other week, because sometimes we get some checks that come in for mooring permits and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in here all the time checking too.
So that's, you know, I can kind of help you through that, you know.
Yeah, let's.
The online mooring stuff.
You know, so wants to help out too, because that way.
I just wanna see it. I
I
wanna,
want to see it too, so, like, it would be a cool tutorial for you to kind of walk us through it.
I
for
can
half hour.
give you guys the basics, and actually, online mooring reached out to me this morning, hey, what do you guys need for training? So I said I'd walk everybody through the basic stuff, and then if we need to get anybody in for anything more in-depth, because they charge, for their training.
That's what we have.
So I think I can get you guys up to speed.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, I made you a login last year, So you
I
can,
never logged
so
in.
you can at least view it. So I can make,
What are you afraid of?
they have different levels of security in there. So there's roles where you can just view the info, and then there's roles where, yes, where you can, like, I can actually approve moorings. Our mooring inspectors have their own level, so they can, do inspection side of stuff on the mooring side of stuff.
Cool.
So we can,
Camp frame. Do you know what camp frame is? No? All right.
no.
So Matt, how about this? Let's set up
How about-
like a date.
We think in January?
Yeah, if you wanna push it out that far.
I think,
That would
yeah.
be good, because I've got a lot of stuff.
Time for this, or is that too?
No, because you wanna have.
So when, I don't know what the timeline for the kayak stuff has been in the past. I think you waited until like April or something.
We waited,
But that's all stuff that it's not really written down anywhere, like for moorings, our renewal is January 15th, to, March 15th. You got 2 months to renew. I don't think we have anything written down for kayaks,
I
and,
think we opened it up April 1, because we just did the first part, so that
Yeah.
we
And-
could handle that.
yeah.
So how about this then, like, coming into January, our first meeting would be probably the kickoff window for that mooring thing. And then we come in maybe an hour early beforehand, and maybe we could do it here before the meeting even started, so we can kind of get, all of us can kind of get a feel that who's ever interested.
If we could get the other big room, and I
Yeah,
can put my laptop on that big TV.
we can do that
Then
down
everybody
there.
could see it.
The other room down the hall. the
Is there another?
room,
Because
There's,
if there's somewhere with TV, so I can,
there's a TV,
that
you
would-
just have to bring your laptop up for that.
I mean, that would be the easiest, that way everybody, you know.
That would be,
You kind of point and
Yeah.
choose and like, yeah.
that would be January 14th.
And then we could probably even, like, what I like to do too, even like with my work and stuff, is like, if we all see somebody on it, we open our laptops up, we start doing the same thing he does and kind of get the feel.
And in the meantime, I can create you a username and just give you like read-only access, so you don't need to worry about like clicking on the wrong button and all of a
That's what I was
sudden, you
just
know,
thinking.
mooring permits go.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause it's,
Booked all the kayaks.
there's a few things you definitely don't wanna click on if you don't know what they
Like
do.
a cork on the top.
So I can give you that, and you can at least go in and poke around at it too.
Yeah, do that. I'll get, you can text it
So
to me.
January 14th, we'll have to change the meeting to that room.
Okay.
Is that what we're gonna do?
Let's make
Yeah.
sure I'm here.
And then,
Are you going to the Bahamas?
January, I got a lot going on in January.
He's like, yes.
and you're all set, like, we don't have,
I'm in town.
we don't have to meet with you beforehand about the letters or anything for next January? You're comfortable with,
Yeah, we're good to go. I'm gonna have,
it's gonna be the night before it comes out?
yep, that's all gonna be, it's already set automatic, so anybody that has an approved permit,
Yeah,
it's gonna automatically roll them over to a renewal allowed category. I've already got that plugged in.
okay,
So that's gonna be good to go. I'll probably send an email out to everybody in the beginning of January with a heads up reminder, hey, January 15th, you've got 2 months to renew. But I think this should be an easy year because 81 private moorings are just gonna be, as long as they pay the money, reg insurance, it's gonna be an automatic approval. There's no inspection.
And their inspections have already done from last year, so.
Yeah, yeah. So most of those are gonna be easy.
okay.
We did get 3 new applications in the last couple weeks, that the people actually, applied and paid for, because they wanted to get a permit in for this year,
Yeah.
so they can renew in January,
Ah,
rather than waiting until because I won't do any new ones while we're still doing all the renewals, because then they'd have to wait till after, so they wanted to jump in and.
That's smart.
Yep.
Huh.
All right,
So 5:30?
That sends up a red flag where they're dropping these new ones, or?
yeah.
5:30?
Nope, we had a few
Yep.
open spots up, off of Cabs Island, so,
Oh, okay, so up that, yeah, it's probably that neighborhood up there.
yep.
I mean, give us an hour and get us up, then we can start worrying about the other.
Okay.
So 5:30, okay?
5:30 works. We'll have to, change
Change rooms.
that meeting date, because we have to be really specific about our meeting dates now.
Why did it change the meeting date?
Or
I
location,
mean,
location.
Location, okay.
sorry.
So
And time.
it's gonna be in the VFW room.
It's American Legion.
American Legion, that's it, not VFW,
Yeah.
American, it's the other one.
Just, I mean, obviously, we just need to book the room from 5:30 to 7, and then our meeting starts from 7 to whatever. We can actually come back from the American Legion room and just stay.
Yeah, and just have our meeting
have
here.
it-
Oh, we can
You
do
don't have
that.
to involve the
Yeah.
public with that training part of it,
No,
No, it's just for us.
okay,
We'll just keep it here.
all right, that works, then everything stays the same, we don't have to tell them.
All right, moving on to item E, draft appreciation letter for Tom Meyer. I can do that unless someone else wants to. I tend to do these letters, but if anybody else has any heartfelt need to do that.
So our thought is, we wanna obviously write Tom a letter of thanks for all of his time, for everything that he's done on this commission, and he was here before me. I can't remember when he started, but I begged him to do the online mooring, and he came through with it. Took us 3.5 years to convince the board to do it, and he said, I'll do everything, no one has to do a thing, and it was a huge undertaking. And when they said, all right, we'll do it, with a lot of pushback, we had so much pushback to get it bought. So I wanna thank him for that, I wanna thank him for his service, obviously his IT, I wanna try to maybe
The kayak stuff.
the kayak, taking that on, but I also want to put some sort of little blurb into the next Open event, which I think is coming in December, I believe.
So,
Katie Balaka sent out that little thing, what would you like in the Old Lyme events, and it's free for the town, so I'd like to, just a small paragraph to make sure that it's in there as well.
yeah, 'cause the last thing I put in that was, I think Harry Nubit.
I know.
Is he retiring too from the town hall?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
So should I, quick question about the Tom Meyer letter, should it just come from us, or should I ask for it to come from Martha? I'll have appreciation for the town of Old Lyme for his work on Harbor Management Commission.
I think one of them, that's a good idea. I think-
I'll write it, but
Yeah, I think,
I don't know if you
but I
should.
think us should be the letter, but maybe Martha in the events magazine. A little blurb from maybe all the selectmen. Thanking him for,
Yeah, 'cause I don't think we do, like, I don't know what kind of awards this town gives out to, like, people.
right?
Other
We
than
give out the.
That one Citizen of the Year award.
Citizen of the Year award.
They do letter of appreciation, I don't think they really do that, do they? Like with a seal of Old Lyme.
That online mooring was a huge undertaking. I'm glad I didn't have to set that up, because the
Oh.
back end workings
Got it.
I know.
is holy cow.
I think everybody was sick of me just tooting his horn so much because I knew what was, that's why I sat next to him without that,
I'm
he gave me that login, I'm like, oh, no.
I'm glad I didn't have to set that up, because every town and municipality that uses it has their own, like, version.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of back end, like, code stuff that
Before that went
gotta talk
live,
to
it
the tech
was,
people.
yeah, like 7 or 8 months of him,
Yeah,
he
just
said
back and forth.
hours
Yeah.
and hours
Yeah.
of doing it.
Yep. All right, so that's good. Moving on, Harbor Master activity report. You said you didn't have a whole heck of a lot, but what do you got?
No, I already mentioned there's a couple new applications. And then really it's just two things. Fuel reimbursement, next step. And then I ordered our 2025 mooring stickers. So we got an invoice from Fast Signs, which I can pay and get reimbursed, or if the town pays directly. I don't
Oh, they'll
know.
pay directly,
Alright,
because
so,
they have an account with them now,
Yeah.
if we set something up.
um,
What color are they next year?
Yeah, what color are we doing?
orange.
Orange.
That should be a good color. Will they stick for more than a month?
I hope so, because it's supposed to be the stickiest stuff they got.
Yeah.
George Finley picked up a broken mooring on Flat Rock, which was part of Old Colony, which is Lipskowitz or something. Oh, shoot, I forgot to write it down. He told me, but he said, call
It
him.
was a broken mooring?
Yeah, it broke off. It was just chain and a mooring ball that ended up on.
No sticker or anything?
Yeah, it was the name of the guy,
Oh.
so he said,
We can find the mushroom.
no, can't find the mushroom. Obviously, the mushroom's not attached, so it broke off somehow.
I think I know whose it is.
Do you know who it is?
I think so.
Borkovich or
I think it's the one you inspected.
Huh? Me? No, I didn't I didn't go down and inspect one.
Yes, you did. The one that, when I was in Bermuda.
I didn't go there.
What was his name?
I never inspected anything.
It's been a good run, Terry.
It was a good run. I didn't inspect any.
Well, look at the bright side, low tides are wasting
That's
water.
so funny. I don't know.
Hang on, bro.
Where did I inspect this morning?
I thought you went and looked at it.
No,
Oh, boy.
that's funny.
Not sure.
No, hang on, I need it to load.
Oh,
All right.
that is,
You have
I
anything?
do,
look
you said you asked me to go look at somebody, but you,
DeVivo?
no,
No?
not.
Okay, not sure then.
And I don't remember it even doing.
So it came out of Old Colony, it washed down to where?
Well, if it came out of Old Colony.
There's a name on it, so he said.
Yeah, I'll give him a
call.
shout.
Yeah.
All right, do we need to do?
Oh, I wanted to ask you, did you have a chance to talk to the fire department?
A couple times, but they have never gotten back to me for when they want to meet and talk about it.
Okay, they were gonna talk about,
I've reached out to Jared a couple times, and he's never gotten back to me. He was supposed to meet, talk with the chief once, and then he was gonna bring it up at an officers' meeting.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from him yet.
When are those open to the public? Do they have fire meetings? No, right? No.
I don't know how they work.
I don't know. So we were gonna, obviously, this is a municipal dock for our harbor master and our fire boats, but they don't seem to be, wanting to powwow.
No.
So they think that they're gonna have space down at DEP?
I'm not sure,
Hmm.
not sure.
My friend's husband is, he's a volunteer fireman. He might even get paid too.
The
I'm not
chief
sure.
and the, And
That you
they-
know them well?
I know, Jared, who operates, he's in charge, operates the boat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Marine
And
unit.
these are just regular, like, I don't think he does anything with voting. I don't.
Gotcha.
well, we'll have some more open dialogue to it.
Yeah.
I think they're probably concerned that it's gonna be a public dock, and they're more private down in the DEP section.
Yeah.
And I think if they knew that it's gonna
If it was gated, like you
Gated
could
and
show them the
locked
picture of
and-
type of the gate
yeah.
and how you can't even get around it, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly, but this is the time when we need to know what they need. You know, do they need a certain width finger pier for, you know, if they need to get somebody on a, on a backboard
That's right,
back and
yeah.
forth or something, you know, what,
Width of the floating
we
dock.
need to know what they need before we plan it,
yeah,
so we don't need to go back and change,
yeah,
so.
especially if we need electric down there, 'cause that's a whole different ballgame.
It's a big ball of wax
We will need electrical, yes.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so.
Each.
If it, not maybe one or two pedestals, but I think
Yeah.
we need power.
Yeah. Just 30 amps though, right? We don't need 50 amp down there.
No, because anything that would need a 50 amp is never gonna be able to tie up there, so.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so it could be small.
Maybe small. And you just have to be strung up higher. I talked to my friend who has removable piers that have the electrical, it's just you just have to have it, whatever the distance is off the water, up on the, that's how it's built into the rail.
It's the unhooking part that can be tricky.
Right.
And where we're gonna store these, what the materials are gonna be,
Right.
how big they're gonna be.
Well, depending how big they are, Public Works has a ton of space.
Craning them
Gotta
on.
get them there,
Yeah.
Yep,
on and off something.
yep.
All right.
Well, Mike's got a big dock, he seems to have been going back and forth all week this
Yep.
week.
Is a crane, is a knuckle boom on, oh no, the truck. All right, I think that's it. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I motion.
Right, Emerson, and then we have Terry. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, no opposed. Motion carries. We are adjourned at 8:02, record time.
That was easy.
That was easy. I saw what you sent over, Dave. Yes, it does funnel. You're right.
Well, my only thing is, it's, yes, you have the moorings that are close to shore where it's shallow. But when you start getting away from the pier and putting moorings in 25 feet of water with that kind of current, you gotta step that mooring system up, which adds more value, more cost, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's an idea, Dave, just an idea.
Yeah, it's not a $500.
I love you, Dave.
It's
It's an idea.
$3,000.
Hey, that's my department.
Moorings is Dave's department. Well, it used to be mine too, but.
Yeah.
So, but Dave's actually, had a mooring part. Where was that when that cutter, when your 87 part lost that mooring?
That was off of Newport, the Navy base.
The Navy base, it was a Navy mooring that his, the Chinook 87-foot patrol boat was on, and then they weren't on it because they were floating down the river.
Which way are they going? Up the bay or down the bay?
No, we actually went east towards shore.
You were mudded in or was,
all right,
right?
I'm leaving this meeting right now.
Yeah, the
Over
cook was
recording.
on anchor watch, that's what happened.
There's a number on there, and I know.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why you
Very
get
cool.
officers
All right, man, I appreciate it.
have a couple cocktails,
Later.
tie up to their dock.